You know, it must be pretty humiliating to be a DC executive and know that the Lego Batman movie is better than anything they've ever made. Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Whiskey Business. My name's Josh.
And I'm Mike.
And we are here to tell you exactly how drunk you have to be to see a movie. And today we're talking about Lego Batman.
Save the city or catch your greatest enemy.
You think you're my greatest enemy?
Who else drives you to one-up them the way that I do?
Superman.
Superman's not a bad guy.
I like to fight around.
Are you seriously saying that there is nothing special about us?
There is no us. Never will be. Now, I gotta defuse that bomb.
The Lego Batman movie, surprisingly, is a very emotional, character-driven movie about Batman refusing to get any help from his friends and the Joker being upset that Batman won't admit that he's his greatest enemy. It's a spoof movie, but also it's a Batman movie, and it's also a Lego movie, and it's also one of the funniest movies I've seen this year, even though it's only been 2 months. This movie essentially is completely based around Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror song. They reference the song like 4 times in the movie, specifically about Batman looking at himself and making a change. Just to think that the people that made the Lego Batman movie understand who Batman is as a character more than Zack Snyder does, it's kind of amazing. Of course, it's played for jokes, but if you get down to the core of it, they fucking get this guy. He's a broken orphan who pushes people away because he's afraid of losing them, and he fights crime because he's angry that his parents are dead. That's like, when you boil Batman down, that's it. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
But Zack Snyder made him a mass-murdering psychopath instead.
I didn't read that comic. This movie was so good. I mean, they nail all the parts of Batman, but it's like incredibly funny. I mean, you're laughing from the very beginning to the very end of the movie.
The opening of this movie is one of the best openings since like Deadpool, because it's Will Arnett just narrating over the
Warner
logos.
Yeah, it's a Warner Bros. Zach Galifianakis did such a good job at just voice acting the Joker. It was hilarious because he was actually crushed that Batman didn't want and need him. There's been many very dramatic comic books written that have been incredibly good in the past, where the Joker has looked at Batman and told him, like, listen, you need me. I was the one that got you where you are today. You need me like I need you. And this movie did it. This movie nailed that like idea and that feeling, but they made it hilarious and for kids and in Lego form.
I will contest that if you take this movie and boil all of the jokes out of it, this would make a legitimate good Batman movie. They have Robin, Alfred, Barbara Gordon, Bane, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, Scarecrow,
Killer Croc, Dr. Zaz, Condiment Man,
Catwoman, Catman,
Green Lantern,
the whole Justice League.
The whole Justice
Flash,
League is there.
Superman.
This movie is probably gonna be the best one-liner movie of the year, and we're in February. I'm gonna say that right now, but at the same time, this movie is chock full of one-liners that will have you rolling in the seats.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Batman, especially if you're a comic book fan, especially if you're a Lego fan.
There are some jokes in this movie that I laughed harder in this movie than I have at more straight up comedies that have came out in the last like 2 or 3 years. I think the people in front of us were annoyed because we were laughing so hard at this fucking movie for no reason.
So
we're
funny.
fucking almost 30 years old and we're watching the fucking Lego movie with a bunch of kids around us, but like, come on, this was a good time. I have no complaints. I have no problems with this movie, no cons. I enjoyed every second of this thing. It was so well done because they understood what the fuck Batman is about. They start from the ground up. They started knowing who Batman is, and you build jokes on top of that, and it makes so much more sense than Zack Snyder just looking at a panel like, oh, cool, so he punches people? All right, I'll put that in my film.
Exactly.
How about if he punches someone real hard, he breaks his arm, eh? One of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. We've seen some horrendous shit.
We've seen some bad stuff.
January was rough. I would give this movie a sober. It's the most fun I've had in a theater in a very long time. I was laughing the whole time. I loved all the references to other characters. All the voice acting was great. It was just hilarious, and I loved every second of this, and I hope they make more. Sober. This was incredible. Thank you for being made.
For my review, I completely concur. I give this movie a sober. It was so good. It has you laughing literally from the very beginning of the movie, like the credits start, to the end of the movie, even during the credits end. And it's so funny. I'm gonna go see it again in theaters because I liked it that much. Absolutely sober. Go check it out. Take the whole family.
So sorry. As soon as I get back to the Batcave, I will make sure that Alfred puts seatbelts on there. But for the time being, I'm just gonna put my arm right here.
Cheers. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share this if you like it, and drink up.